Welcome back, everyone. Happy Tuesday to you. We are back with another fun day today. We got some envelopes to open. So, coming off of yesterday's success of 7 returns, we got 5 more that came in today. So, this is the best 2-day span that I've had here. 12 returns in 2 days. And it looks like we're going to have some pretty cool stuff here. I was only expecting 4, actually. This one right here, it's got a stamp for Phoenix, Arizona. I was not expecting that to come in. There was no imaging for it. So I came home from work expecting 4 returns and went to the mailbox. And what do you know? I got 5 instead. So got a nice little bonus one here. So hopefully it's worth it there. We got a long envelope here, which means that is a hopefully a signed ticket, especially with the Canadian stamp. So I know who exactly that came back from, and I don't have any reason to believe that it's not signed just based on who the person is. But we're gonna open up that one last because that one's gonna be pretty cool. But we are going to go ahead and work our way through our 4 regular-sized envelopes. We got one that's coming back out of Reno, one out of Baltimore, one out of Tampa, and then the one out of Phoenix. So, to start off, I'm going to start off with the one here in Phoenix. Since this was one I wasn't expecting, let's see if this is a nice surprise to kick everything off. All right. And what we're looking at here, we got one back, and it looks like it's also got a smudge. David Segui, former Mets player, and it looks like there's also, there's a bit of a bend in that, but fortunately, it doesn't look like it's creased. It just looks like it's got a bend in it. So David Segui, but as you can see, there's a smear in the card there. What can you do with it? I think I sent him maybe 2 or 3 cards, kept the rest, and sent back 1 signed. So a success of 1, but I don't even know what I sent him. I just hope I didn't send him a cons card, and he opted to keep that. I've got a bad feeling, though, just based on the year with this, that I think I did probably send him a cons card, and if he kept it, I gotta hope that I have a backup set. But hey, it's a new Met. I didn't have him before in the set, so or in the collection, so we'll take it. So let's move on next to our return here from Tampa. This has actually got a little bit of heft to the envelope here, so we've got multiple cards in here. Let's see what we're getting, though. All right, cool. So a nice return back from Ken Hodge Sr., played for the Boston Bruins and the New York Rangers, notably throughout his career, and sent those 3 out to him. And in addition, if you guys remember from a video from a couple of weeks back, I had that card there that I had signed by Ed Westfall that Ken Hodge signed as well. So I've got a nice now dual signed card. And I'll just kind of bring that in closer there so you can kind of see both autographs, both signed in blue, but definitely different levels of blue there. So with Ken Hodge going with a very thin blue, probably a Stedler, and then Ed Westfall going with a more traditional Sharpie. But really cool. Anytime you can get multi-player cards signed, it's always really neat. And I knew that Ken Hodge was a good signer through the mail. Westfall, I had to take a look at there, but once I saw that, yeah, he was signing, this was a no-brainer to go ahead and send that out. And then, of course, to go with it, I actually did not have Hodge on the Greats of the Game card, so that's another one for, we'll say, the set. I'll never be able to finish the set because there are deceased players in there, but another card for the set. And then sent out a pair of old tops there of Ken and signed both of them nicely. So a great 4-4 return from another old school hockey player who also played for the Rangers. So that's the great added bonus with that. All right, next up, let's go to Reno, Nevada. So this is a thin envelope here. I think there's probably 2 cards in here, just based on the thickness of it. but I have no idea what this one may potentially be. All right, cool. Ray Handley. So Ray Handley was a Giants coach in the 90s. He actually was the successor to the Giants after Bill Parcells left. So he's got a couple of years worth of Giants cards as a coach and went ahead and got these sent out. I'll have to take a look and check because if memory serves me, I believe I sent him out 3 cards. I think it was a different Pro Set card that I had sent out in addition, but I'm not sure. So it could be 2 of 2. It could be 2 of 3. Not really sure, but you know what? It don't matter. Still cool return. And what's really neat with this card is just what they wore back then. For those of you old enough to remember, if I say the word Zubaz, Zubaz were always those zebra-striped pants, but apparently in this case here, Ray decided to wear the top equivalent of Zubaz there with the very unique patterns there. And then, again, for those of you old enough, or at this point now, retro being cool, the old starter pullover jacket, the half-zip pullovers. Pretty much everybody had one of these back in the day, and he is forever immortalized there with wearing the half-zip pullover there. So some very much late 80s, early 90s fashion on display front and center there. Next up, we're going to go to Baltimore, Maryland. This one, I'm not even sure which one this may be. This feels pretty thin. I think it's probably 1 or 2 cards with this. Bummer. So, I tried this one just to see. Harold Baines. I had seen some stuff where he was signing for free earlier in the year, but I had seen where he had kind of stopped doing it a bit. He was charging still to sign, but I figured what the heck, I'd give it a shot just to see. It wasn't going to hurt to just use a couple stamps to try it out. But unfortunately, no luck with that. So if you're sending to Harold Baines, make sure to enclose the fee, or else you will probably also get your card back unsigned. But again, no worries with it, because we're on to our last return for the day. And this one, keeping my fingers crossed that this one is going to be a good one. I've got a good feeling that it will be. And yep, it's looking good. So what we have, I'm going to show kind of the first part of it here. Mike Hudson. Mike Hudson was one of the guys that was a kind of like a deadline acquisition for the Rangers in '94. For their cup run. He was, I would call him a depth player. He was not a superstar for them, but he wasn't a scrub either. He was kind of that type of guy that every team needed to have in order to go deep in the playoffs, and he certainly did help with that. To go along with the cards that I got signed, I also had sent along a Game 7 ticket. So this is my redemption after the fiasco last week with getting the ticket not returned from a certain unnamed player on the Rangers. Mike Hudson comes through for me and signs the ticket. The red is definitely unique with it. I now have signed tickets that are in blue, black, and then red. The red actually pops pretty nice on here. It stands out very nicely with it, and certainly on his Blackhawks cards, that red really does pop, especially on like these two here where there's kind of room in there. I don't really have a whole lot of stuff signed in red, and I gotta say that like on these Blackhawks cards especially, it looks really sharp. So awesome return. So another signed Stanley Cup Finals ticket from the '94 Rangers team. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that puts me up to, I think, 9 guys altogether. And I've still got, I think, 2 more outstanding that I'm waiting to see. Hopefully, eventually will come back. So as the phone rings off in the distance there. Ignore the phone. To recap our returns for the day. So we got 5 envelopes in. We got 4 successes. We scored a 5 of 5 out of Stanley Cup champion Mike Hudson. 2 of 2 or 2 of 3, don't recall, out of Ray Handley. A nice 4 of 4 return from Ken Hodge Sr. Also, by the way, Ken Hodge Jr. also played for the Bruins, and he does sign TTM as well. I actually just found his Young Guns card back from 90-91 Upper Deck and a couple of other neat cards. So I'll probably send something out to him to sign as well. And then lastly, David Segui with the 1 of, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, something, whatever I had sent out. So, again, solid day here. In spite of Harold Baines not signing for me and David Segui keeping some amount of cards there, but still signing. A really good day. Really happy with it. Again, a lot of theme to the collecting with it, and especially completing the 2-player card, adding a Greats of the Game I didn't have, old school Rangers, Giants, Mets, Stanley Cup champion, Stanley Cup ticket. So really kind of hit a lot of marks there on what I focus on collecting. So very pleased with the returns for the day. So we got one more day before Thanksgiving. And let's see, maybe 3 days in a row we'll get some solid successes here. I know that there are some guys that have been returning that I've got things out for. So I'd be shocked if I didn't get something in the mail tomorrow with it. It's just a matter of how many. It'd be sweet if I got another set of returns like I did today and Monday. It would make for one heck of a week with it. But you know what? We'll see. And hopefully I'll have another video to post on Thanksgiving Eve there and let you guys enjoy a little bit more of our TTM returns. But as always, I really appreciate everyone taking their time out to watch the video. Hope you enjoyed yourselves with it. For sure, I want everybody to be safe, especially as we get closer to the holidays now. Still try to have fun as best you can with whatever is fun for you. And I really hope that all of you keep your mailboxes full of ink here. And until next time, everybody, we'll see ya.